Welcome to the Bellevue College Writing Lab workshop on research questions. This is part 4 in our series. In this video, we will talk about why the scope of your research question is important, why you should consider your stakeholder, and how to make sure your question is complex enough. We are continuing to work from the criteria we established in part 1 of this series. Now we'll look at scope. When considering your scope, it's a good idea to start by looking at a couple of items from your assignment guidelines. Your deadline, will you have enough time to complete your research, and the page requirement or word count established by the instructor. A longer page requirement or higher word count means you can tackle a broader topic with enough room to cover a number of subtopics. A shorter page requirement or lower word count means you need to narrow your question to a more focused topic or focus in on just one element of a broader topic. You can think of this like the beam of a flashlight. A broader beam of light covers more area, while a smaller beam focuses the light to just one particular area. In this example, let's assume we're working on a 6 to 8 page research paper. The question, "Is college the best option for everyone?" is very broad. It encompasses a large group of people, anyone considering or even not considering college, as well as people who are considering returning to college or even changing careers. It encompasses many options in opposition to college, including no college, trade schools, or apprenticeships. Also, it's broad on the notion of what is considered best. We can't cover all of this in 6 to 8 pages. To narrow, we can consider the following questions. What specific options besides college will be covered and why? How will we define best? And which group of people will we study? A couple of ways to narrow would be to only look at community college and only in terms of affordability. If we've narrowed those first 2 fields, we don't need to narrow the third. Otherwise, we'd get too narrow of a topic and not have enough information to cover 6 pages. So then, is college the best option for everyone becomes, what impact would providing 2 years of free community college have on degree completion in higher education? Now let's look at who has a stake in the answer to your research question. For this example, let's consider the question, are internships good? This is pretty broad, without a clear direction. The answer also seems fairly obvious. Is there anyone who might not benefit from internships? We should ask ourselves who would care about the answer to this question. Let's look at possible stakeholders. They might include students who work full-time in addition to attending school, and maybe even employers. We can continue to explore questions that examine the stakeholders' perspective, like, are internships only usable for those who already have financial support from another source? In this case, stakeholders are job seekers who are the sole supporter of themselves and their families. Also, are internships a good way for employers to find and retain qualified and desirable permanent employees? In this case, the stakeholders are companies who want to trial test potential employees and reduce the employee turnover at their company. So now, are internships good becomes either, how can internships be made accessible for job seekers who have no other financial support, or what percentage of internships result in hires of well-qualified employees who stay with the company for more than 2 years? Now, let's look at the complexity criterion. A good research question is not simple. An example of a question that is too simple is fast food bad for your health? Most people would agree, yes. And a quick Google search will return many results that also lead to the belief that, yes, fast food is not the best for your health. It is also a question that invites a lot of opinion rather than outlining a path for research and analysis. you might consider, what do people not already know about fast food and its effects? Who are the people that care about selling or buying fast food? Who are the people that care about fast food's effect on health? The answers to these questions can lead to many possibilities. I'll just show you one of them. One way to revise this is fast food bad for your health? Then becomes, how does the fast food industry influence nutrition and health standards? In this revision, the answers to this question would require analysis by looking at what is the relationship between the fast food industry and health standards. It would not simply address the question by mere opinions alone. It would require solid research into nutrition and health standards, and it would consider multiple perspectives. For extra practice on evaluating research questions, please follow the link in the description of this video.